Recently, Donald Trump hit China with a new set of tariffs. In fact, Trump enacted tariffs on July 6th to the tune of $34 billion worth of Chinese goods, and that's affecting hundreds of products from boats, medical devices, and auto parts. So there were some products that were spared though, and those products included, conveniently included, items that Ivanka Trump's company makes. Okay, so she will not be impacted by these Chinese tariffs at all, at all.
You guys want to say it with me? Of course she won't.
So look, everything's changing rapidly. The news cycle is so overwhelming. It's hard to keep up with things. It's hard to process, some of the injustice that's happening right now because there's so many different stories that are, spreading our attention very thin. But just think about this for a second. Donald Trump has been aggressively attacking Harley-Davidson for wanting to ship some of its jobs abroad because they're gonna be hit by these tariffs significantly and they wanna save a little bit of money and produce some of their motorcycles in a different country. At the same time, Trump's attacking them, saying all these terrible things about them, bullying them on social media, which is what Trump does. Ivanka Trump hasn't made a single item in the United States. She hasn't manufactured a single item in the United States. She continues to manufacture these items in other countries. So while Trump, bullies US corporations or US companies for manufacturing products abroad, how about take a good hard look at your own family and the way that they run their own businesses?
So if you're MAGA, you like the idea of making America great again, and you loved his slogan, which was Trump's, and it still is today, buy American and hire American. But his own family absolutely refuses to do that. Now you can say everyone in the news business is lying, and in fact, Ivanka has a great factory in Kentucky and you guys won't tell us about it, okay? All right, fine, you choose to believe things that aren't true, there's nothing I can do about that. But if you believe that the entirety of the news business is actually reporting things that are true, and then you realize that Ivanka does not make one product in America, not one. She's never made a single product that she's sold here in the United States of America. Now, I know what a lot of MAGA guys then go, well, that's a smart business to outsource. Then why isn't it smart business for Harley-Davidson to outsource?
You can't have that double standard, right? You can't have it both ways. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. That's the statement, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can't be angry at Harley-Davidson for shipping jobs overseas and then simultaneously call Ivanka Trump a smart businesswoman for manufacturing jobs or manufacturing her products overseas. By the way, just to give you the specifics of what her business is like, until January of 2017, all of Ivanka Trump's products were made in factories in China and Hong Kong. Since then though, some manufacturing has apparently been moved to other overseas factories in Indonesia, South Korea, and Vietnam. None of these products are being manufactured in the US, none.
I love the idea that she diversified by going to Vietnam and Southeast Asia. So you got to make a call or just live in a non-reality world and just feel good about your own bubble where things are, there's unicorns running around all with MAGA hats. But in the real world, and I don't believe this, but you guys do. In the real world, Ivanka Trump, according to MAGA ideology, is un-American. She sells out the country for an extra couple of dollars. That's what she does. And she's one of the global elites that you guys hated. And she's willing to sell out your jobs. She's willing to sell out everything about America because she's got to make just another extra dollar by producing it in Vietnam rather than America. Now, I don't believe that. I believe that that trade is global, and I think that sometimes it makes a ton of sense to do it here in America, and sometimes it does make sense to do it in other countries. But I'm not MAGA. The Trump guys are. So, and by the way, it's not just Ivanka, who I'm sure. Is there a single right winger in the country that is a Trump fan that is ideologically consistent? Is there one? Is there one? Is there a guy who has a MAGA hat who says, no, well, to be fair, that's not right what Ivanka's doing?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, 88% of Republicans support Donald Trump to this day. And I think that if you ask them, all 88% would say, yeah, of course, Ivanka not producing anything in America is awesome. And anyone who else does the same exact thing is un-American and I hate him. Okay, you're stupid, what can I tell you? Or you don't care about reality. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. Okay, now finally, if it's okay, fine. Let's say you found 3 people who were consistent and go, Ivanka's not doing the right thing. But the Donald is awesome. Wait a minute. The Trump organization continues to manufacture most of the Trump products in foreign factories.
Yep.
How could you not call out your own leader on this? Because that's not what you do. You bow your heads like a bunch of betas. Okay?
Ooh, okay.
But if you actually cared about logic and reason, you would say it's outrageous that Trump's own organization manufactures the great majority of their products abroad, not in America.
And also, when it comes to construction jobs for Trump properties here in the United States, keep in mind that as soon as Trump got elected, he applied to, or he pushed to raise the cap on the number of foreign workers so those foreign workers can come into the country, work on his properties, and then be sent back. Why didn't American workers get hired for those construction jobs?
Yeah, and finally, look, I think that what Trump did with ZTE is it's so corrupt that it's borderline treason. So the entire United States Congress agreed that ZTE was a national security threat to the United States. Not a fake one like that Trump invented about how Canada is a national security threat and we had to put tariffs on them. That's preposterous. No, our own military, all of our intelligence. I know he doesn't believe in any other, he doesn't believe in the intelligence community, doesn't believe in anything that the American government does. But every part of the American government said, this Chinese telecom company is spying in on us, is a threat to our military, et cetera, and they put sanctions on them. And Trump lifted it. And what happened right around the same time? One is a smaller thing that I think people make a big deal out of. To me, it's the smaller portion of the puzzle. Ivanka got all of her trademarks approved in China. Okay, that's just the appetizer for the corruption. But the main course was Indonesia. China, 3 days after, so right after Trump says, oh, it's unfair what's happening to ZTE. Too many good jobs being lost in China. Is that what you ran on? Oh, come on, MAGA guys. You voted for Trump because you were worried about jobs in China? You can't possibly think that. Anyway, 3 days later, China funnels $500 million to a project in Indonesia, which is paying the Trump organization licensing rights. A tremendous amount of multi-million-dollar deal. That goes straight into Trump's pocket. He sold you out. He is the swamp. He's the most corrupt president we have had in my lifetime by an order of magnitude. His corruption is not subtle, it's not systemic, it's brazen, it's obvious. China, you want ZTE back in action so they can spy in on us and do whatever you want? Well, give the Indonesians $500 million so they give me tens of millions of dollars and I put it in my pocket and I betray the American people. That's what he did. But most of all, he betrayed his own voters. This is exactly what they voted against. 2 easy ways to follow Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.